Hi everyone, I want to talk a little bit about a place I went to visit yesterday called Ysgwrn. And I'll show you the leaflet here, and I'll be referring to this leaflet. I'll try not to go on for too long, but it's in the heart of Snowdonia, my village called Trawsfynydd, and it is the home of a famous Welsh shepherd, poet, soldier called Ellis Humphrey Evans, better known by his bardic name, which was Hedd, who was a really well-known poet of his age. And he was a casualty, he was killed in the First World War in 1917. And he subsequently became the symbol of the lost generation of Welshmen during that war. What has happened is that his home has been preserved as a heritage site, so that people can go and visit, and there is a little cafe and bookshop, and there's an hour's guided tour of the house, and also films which tell the story and offer a little bit of the experience of living in those times, and the history and family history of Hedd, Ellis Evans himself. So we learn all about him, his achievements, and the pinnacle of his life, really, and career, which was the winning of the National Eisteddfod chair in Birkenhead in 1917, a feat he never lived to see. It is a wonderful place. I'll tell you the cost first of all. $5.75 for adults, and you get the tour and you get all that in it. There's parking, and there's plenty to do, plenty to see, and some of the stunning scenery around there is worth it. It is just off the main road. It's probably about a mile off the main road, so there are certain opening times. Children, by the way, over 5 pay £3. And there is also a family ticket there, which is at the moment £15, which would be a value for a family of 4, or indeed 3. So what else have we got there? Well, I will refer here. There is refreshments there, so that you can have a nice tea or coffee, or a piece of cake, lemon cake, very nice. And there's visitor information. There are films going on in the sort of reception area, and there's also the talk in the house itself, which lasts about an hour, and the pinnacle, the peak of that is, to view and to stand and have a photograph by the black chair, which is just one of a number of chairs that Hedd, who was quite a celebrity, that he won over the years. Opening times, well, I've got to tell you that summer it is Tuesday till Sunday, 10:30 till 5. Winter is you contact them, because as you can imagine it can get a bit wild and woolly up there, so you can visit the website for details there. And also the fact that the house is still a working farm, so taking your dogs there and letting them off the leash wouldn't really be a good idea, though guide dogs obviously are allowed. And schools and groups are absolutely welcome as well, by arrangement. What else can I tell you? Well, there's a bilingualism aspect to it, of course. You'd expect that because it's a lot of Welsh language stuff going on here. So, the talk is in English and it also in Welsh, so expect that. There's also this little thing here. So we have a map of the area, and there are different places that you go to, like not just the farmhouse, but also the cowshed, which at the end of the talk you are sort of ushered to the cowshed, and there's a 15-minute film that ties it all together, particularly the First World War. And there's some wonderful gardens, and as you can imagine, the scenery around there. You're looking at mountains all around you when you're looking at hillside, and as I sort of felt as I was there, the view hadn't changed, since those days. It will never change, probably. There's not much going on around there. In regards to urbanisation, there's nothing going on around there. Maybe 1 or 2 different farmhouses have popped up. It is a stunning place to visit. I'm certainly glad. It's very emotional, and if you're interested in the First World War, you're interested in Welsh culture, or just want a day out, then this is probably for you. The place is Ysgwrn. It is about 4 or 5 miles from Trawsfynydd. I'm not going to tell you anything about the talk or any information about the place because I wouldn't want to spoil it, because there's a lot there. But the family have worked hard to preserve Ellis's memory and to preserve the house itself and the farm. And now this has been taken over by Heritage. Well, I don't know if it's been taken over, but it's like supported by Heritage to keep it all going. As the years go by, 100 years has gone by. And we've lost so much in the last 100 years. It's important that this is kept. All his chairs are there, the chairs that he won, and it is like stepping back in time. It is recommended. It has won tourism awards. It is visitor friendly. You can drive up to it. You can park safely. You can walk around. You can imbue yourself in what's going on around you. The animals are are around because it is a working farm, but it is a treasure. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would recommend it to anybody to go there. I was lucky, it was a perfect day. We've been having a hot spell and a nice little bit of breeze going up there. I can imagine in winter it would be a bit wild and woolly up there, so maybe that's why they recommend that you contact them if you want to talk during winter. But that is my little talk on the home of Hedd at Ysgwrn. By the way, he wasn't born there, he was born in Trawsfynydd, and there's a statue to Hedd in Trawsfynydd that you can also sort of attach to your visit, and also go and see the house. I think Pentan. Well, I can't remember the name of the house. You'd have to Google it. But his house is still up there, one of the terraced houses there where he was actually born. But at the age of 4 years, he moved up as his parents went there to take over the running of that farm. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you do go and have a look at it. I hope you've enjoyed this little talk. And again, most of it is from here, so you can have a look at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that sort of thing. It's supported by the National Lottery, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.